You guys are just going to hang there just for a few seconds. Because we're going to talk to the who's going to be eliminated tonight, which is kind of sad.
Let's watch this one. So this is our 16-year-old.
So you watch Laurie, you watch Val.
Okay.
Great to meet you, Caroline.
Lovely.
Pleasure.
We'll see you in a little bit. You go get the action, okay? All right. I'll give you this. Here, we're going to switch headsets. I'm going to give you mine. Cool. There you go. There you go. Oh, this is good. I get to wear some comfy. I know. I like your rhinestones. Oh, this is the salsa. Did you do salsa?
Salsa was my semi-final dance.
Oh, wonderful.
And it was the first 410s of our series.
Amazing. So we've had 410s already. By week 4, we had 410s.
Wow.
Yeah, they're very
dishing all over the place.
And she's 16. She's a gymnast.
She's 16.
She's 16 years old, and she found it really difficult. This is Laurie we're talking about right here. She found it really difficult to get like sexy in front of her partner because she's never had to display that. But she just won the gold medal for us for America in the Olympics, and she's a gymnast.
She's insane.
She is insane, and she's just like such a butterfly. Like she's just the most like Disney princess. But I think salsa is so steppy that a lot of people get like choked up about it, with the ease of movement. Were you more of a slow dance fan or a fast dance fan?
I loved all of it, and in fact that's the beauty of being able to get to the end, because you get to try every single one.
Right,
I felt so lucky. Salsa for me was the most one I felt like had to be in character.
And Pasha's good at salsa.
And Pasha never, he threw everything at me. He never tried to make it easy. He's like made it as hard as possible.
That's a good professional though.
Yeah. And the salsa was probably the fastest dance we did.
It is.
But it was right towards the end, so I felt like I was ready for it.
You were ready for that. That's right, because as you go along in the competition, you've kind of got, like you said, this repertoire. Like, now if anybody talks about cha-cha, you're like, I'll show you a cha-cha. Get on YouTube. I did cha-cha week 5. Salsa, no problem. Semi-finals. Like, it's so great to, like, no one really gets this experience.
No.
And like you said, it's so emotional. Like, you get so invested, even to your cast members. Like I was on this season, and my partner was a politician, and he was like really challenged dance-wise, but he was just like the best fun, and just loved the experience. You just get so attached to it.
I think it's so important to know that you want to have fun with it and not take it too seriously, because sometimes you can get it really riled up in your head, and then you realise, hold on, this is going to be the best experience
of my life. It's going to be the best experience of life. We've got a couple of tweets for you. Caroline, love seeing you in the US. How sweet is that? You should come here more often. Tell Caroline.
You love my shirt.
Well, actually, spoiler, it's a dress, right?
It's a dress, guys.
Yeah,
if it was a shirt, I wouldn't have no trousers on, which would be weird.
Yeah, I know. They don't call it trousers over here.
What do they call it?
They call them pants.
Oh,
we're clapping
pants.
for Caroline.
I have pants on.
Yeah, you have. Okay, so in England, pants means knickers, right? Which is like panties to you guys. I think we're going into too much depth here.
Let's go back to the show.
I might be told to get off. So I have to ask you: is there was a tweet that came in earlier that I read on my phone. Was there one dance for you that you didn't enjoy as much as the rest?
Yes, and it was the week we were in the bottom 2, and it was the waltz. And actually, coming into the show, I thought ballroom was going to be the easiest, because I thought, hold on, I'm just going to have to follow whatever they do.
Yeah.
But actually, it's about dancing with them at the same time, and I really struggled with ballroom. It was the one thing. I enjoyed doing it.
Well, that's quite a good thing, because ballroom, like you said, is generally the most easier one. Ballroom guys is the ones in frame, like the waltz, the tango, the continental tango, and the quick step. Normally, people find that the easiest, because you have that, like, the security of the frame. But it's good that you didn't, that you found the quick.
Hard.
Really?
I found the arms really difficult. Yeah, I really had to
your bum
work on it. My bum was stuck out, my head was in a weird position, but it got better as we went on.
There you go.
And you learn. But I found it very, very difficult to look like I was gliding.
Well, you've got to look like you're gliding whilst your hands are up and your bum is underneath, and it's just like, guys, it's not natural. I mean, it's natural to me now because I'm a dancer, but it's not natural to hold that position. No. But now, getting back to our show, we've got. How we do it here is we have 3 couples in jeopardy.
Right.
So everybody's safe apart from, we have Lindsay and Calvin for you people at home. Lindsay and Calvin, they're in jeopardy. Jana and Gleb, they're in jeopardy. And we also have Amber and Max, they're in jeopardy.
Okay.
Okay, so they're going to be standing up there and hearing that music, that really sad.
Just the 3 of them?
Just the 3 of them.
Oh,
and then,
wow.
And then one of them gets told, unfortunately, you're leaving tonight. Yeah. What advice would you, or what does it feel like for the audience that don't know how that feels like when you're standing there and you hear that music?
You feel really, really sick, because every single person here tonight will have put everything into this, and it becomes your life, and you want to do your best, and you want to do good for your partner.
Yeah, exactly.
It's so important to do good for your partner, because they're so good for you.
Yeah.
And I remember I used to dig my nails into Pasha without even knowing it, and he'd be like, ow! And you'd just sit there and wait for your name to be called.
Yeah.
And I don't think I breathed.
You don't believe it, do you?
I didn't breathe for about 3 minutes.
Well, that's it. Caroline's gone through it. Our couples are going through it right now. We have to thank you so much for being up here. It's a pleasure to meet you.
So much.
Such
And
a fan
you
of
as
your
well.
dancing.
Thank you.
But right now we're experiencing the elimination. So Dom, I know you're down there. What's going on?
Oh, well, look, as you can see right now, we are about to find out who will be eliminated from the show. What an incredible night it's been, full of some really ambitious and sexy dancers, but someone has to leave the show, and we're about to find out who that is. If you come here, you can see we are now side of stage, and we're about to find out whether Amber or Calvin will be leaving the competition.
Wow.
Amber and Max.
Wow.
So there we have it, leaving the competition on Latin night here on Dancing with the Stars. Max and Amber, they did an incredible job, and well, she's an incredible dancer, but they will be leaving us and heading home tonight. We're going to have the very first interview with Amber in a few minutes' time, but right now, let's talk about the highlights of what has been an incredible night here in the ballroom. And just quickly go to you, Emma, and talk about the top stories tonight. And I guess we've got to start with Jana and Gleb. I mean, they, without question, were by far the best dance for them, perfect scores, and I think that's the one that everyone's going to be talking to. So while we wait for Amber and Max in the very first interview, Emma, what did you think of that?
Jana and Gleb, like knocking it out the ballpark, doing something we did not expect. That shower Argentine tango was absolutely electric, and I know that people will be talking about that all week, so watch out for that on social media. It was amazing. I'm sure they're squeaky clean after that one, Dom. Oh. Dom's not there. Well, I guess I'll continue, because our second top story is Calvin and Lindsay scoring a 37. Now, their Argentine tango, they also did an Argentine tango. Unfortunately, they were in jeopardy. They were also in the bottom two with Amber and Max. Of course, we saw Amber and Max leave tonight. But Lindsay and Calvin did a spectacular dance. And this is another one, guys, you're going to want to YouTube, because there's a lift in there that was absolutely stunning, seamless. I think that this deserved more scores, personally. It got 3 9s and a 10 from Mr. Pitbull, who loved it. I personally think it deserved more than that. And then our third top story for tonight is our eliminated couple, and of course that's Max and Amber. I think she ended on a high note, personally. I think her cha-cha was a great cha-cha for her. We saw their package, we saw them struggle, but at the end of the day, I think Amber is an absolute saint. Amber, I hope that you know that so many people just loved you on the show, and I think that you really should reflect on this in a great light. I'm definitely a fan of Amber, and